Hi there, welcome back to my channel. Today is Makeup Bag Monday, so I am going to go over the products that I had in last makeup bag, which is actually a makeup box. Probably should change the title. But anyway, I'll go over those products and then I'm going to be picking new ones for this upcoming week. If you're interested in my look, I just filmed it using some BoxyCharm products and also several from this bag. And I will post it here in the cards, but if the video doesn't come up, just look for it on my channel. So to begin, how did last week go? So it was interesting. Last week was the first week that I have been back into school. We were kind of shut down for a while teaching remotely after the holidays. So I, was wearing a mask all day and just had to adjust my makeup because of that. I'm finding, at least last week, I didn't enjoy wearing like foundation because I just felt like what was the point last week. So this product, the Catrice HD full coverage foundation, this is good, but it does wear off in a mask. So I only used this a couple times. I did enjoy it. It's a product that I'll continue using and the shade works very well. I got more use out of the Neutrogena Hydra Boost. I'm wearing that today. This is what I reached for any day that I wasn't wearing a mask. So like on the weekend, this is what I used and it was great. And actually the shade worked just fine. So I didn't have to use my Cover FX drops. So this was just kind of wasted. Then I absolutely loved the Wet n Wild Incognito, what is this? Concealer, sorry. I loved it. This will be one that's hard for me to put back for next week, but I am going to pull in another concealer. But I just absolutely love this. I think this is a great, great product. I would highly recommend. I have mine in light beige and it is great. And then look at this surprise of the day. I hit pan. Didn't I say I wanted to hit pan in the last video? So I hit pan on the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish in shade 2 medium. I like this to set my face, and actually I liked it best with a sponge. I just use this. So the sponge is wet. I would use that for my concealer, and then I would tap into this and then press this all in my face. I did really like it as a finishing product, finishing powder. And again, this is one that I kind of want to pull for this week too. I really, really liked using this. Then for the complexion, so I had both of these Alamar Cosmetics palettes. One is the blush palette and the other is the contour or bronzer palette. Both of these are in shade medium. I really did enjoy both of them. I'm using both of them today. I mixed these two shades and today I mostly use the shade. Just a little touch of that one because I messed up. But I really like both of them. I did not use this shade at all. And I did not use this shade at all. It's a yellowish, it looks a little bit white there, but it's a yellowish tone. Really did like both of these products. These are actually really wonderful. I also had the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer in Sculpting. This is a little too intense for me right now. I did like the looks that I got from it, but it's a little strong for me right now because I am so pale. So, I just dropped the little brush that it comes with it. Does anyone use those brushes? I need to know. Anyway, but I do really like this tone. It's just a little better for me when I'm a little bit warmer. Then as usual, I loved my Charlotte Tilbury Spotlight Wand. I use this every day. So I don't use highlight every day just because, I don't really know. Anyway, but I did use this every day and I really liked it. You just pat it on. You could blend it out with your fingers or with a sponge. You can use a brush. I never did, but I loved it. I will, it's definitely not getting decluttered. I love it. And I absolutely loved my rose blush. I felt so special every time I used it. It's the Winky Lux blush and it's the 3D. You could see a little bit of wear. I always apply this with my fingers and I thought it was just gorgeous. Oh, I forgot two primers. So one primer that I used was this SOS. My lighting is very bright today, geesh. The SOS primer from Clarins. This one's supposed to blur, and it's in shade 2 Peach, I believe. Yeah, shade 2 Peach. So I really like this. I could just use this kind of like as an overall, like just put this on my face and my skin got a little bit, like it looked a little bit more even. The only problem is I don't know if I love the finish on this. It gives very much a soft matte finish. And if I'm not putting a full foundation on, I don't really know if I love a soft matte finish. I kind of like more of a radiant finish. So this one was good. I enjoyed it and I got some use out of it, and I've definitely used, about half of this bottle. So I'll continue, but it's not my absolute favorite. And then I did enjoy using the Dior, this little tiny Dior Backstage primer, face and body primer. What am I doing? Primer on my body. Am I missing something? Anyway, I don't know if the real one comes with this paddle, but I did really like this paddle. And this is what I used on most days. It just gave a nice soft, kind of glowy finish, and I did really like it. It also felt cooling, and it's a little bit of a gel formula, or it feels that way, so I did like that. Then for palettes, so I basically used two and didn't even dip into one of them. So the Baroque palette by Colourpop, I like this, but it is very deep, and I don't know if it's a color story that I will reach for all the time. I liked the looks that I made from it, but this is a palette that I want to pop out the shadows and put in some other ones to anchor it a little bit, or not to anchor it, to lighten it, because there was really only one to super lighten it, and both of these are duochromes and they're beautiful, but they didn't lighten the shade enough. I like when I have some lightness on the inner part of my eye. So very, very pretty, excellent formula, and I love the packaging, but I think I want to change up the shades in here. I used the Wet n Wild Color Icon palette, 10 shades in the color, I keep forgetting the name of it, but it's called Lights Off. Absolutely love this. I did 5 looks with this one, and I actually have it posted on my channel already, so I can link it here in the cards. I loved this palette. I loved everything about it. I used every shade, and yeah, check out that video for the full review, but I really, really liked this. I didn't use the Artemis palette at all, so this is one that I'm either going to use this week or it's going to go back into my collection. Okay, so for mascara, the Man Eater mascara from Tarte, I believe, I'm wearing it. It is a good mascara. I did experience a little bit of transfer, and I was trying to figure out what that was. It is not my favorite mascara of all time. The wand is very fat. Sometimes it was a little hard to get into this inner corner, and actually you can tell that I'm having trouble with it because these hardly have any mascara on them, and then these out here really do. So it's almost like I like it for out there, but not for the inner part of my eye, because I'm not into stabbing my eye with a mascara wand. And this Double Extend from L'Oreal, I really like this. This is great. It's a tubing mascara, and I used it on the bottom lashes. I didn't use it today, but I did enjoy that. I will say though, the Thrive Cosmetics tubing mascara is better because you don't need two products. So I have to do the primer first and then the actual mascara on this one. So I enjoy the Thrive Cosmetics better. Also, this one I don't really love on my upper lashes, and again, I like the Thrive better. So if you have the funds, I'd get the Thrive. Then I enjoyed the Ka-Brow eyebrow pomade, and also the Gimme Brow from Benefit, both from Benefit. It's what I'm using in my brows today. I really like it. I want to do a pencil for next week, but I think I'm going to keep this in next week's bag. The ABH double-ended brow pencil. I use this for my waterline. I only used it one time this week, but it's one that I like to keep near me in case I'm in the mood to use it. So I did enjoy this. I think I only used this pencil one time. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Eyes to Mesmerize plum or maroon, and this metallic. I do like this pencil. I just didn't use it, but remember, I was using much more cool toned eyeshadows. So I think this is one that I'd like to give another chance in next week's bag. And then I love the tattoo liner. So this one's excellent. This is a mini, but I really do like this. And then the last two eye products, so the Stila, what is this called? The Shimmer and Glow liquid shadows. I didn't get a chance to use this week. Again, it was my issue because of the palette. So I'm going to pull this into next week. I really do like this. And the Alamar primer. So this was the first week I've really ever used this, consistently. And here are my thoughts on it. It is very sticky. So I think it would be really great for shimmer and for maybe even glitter. I think it might work for that. When I put it initially, it's so tacky that if I go with a deep shade, especially from the Baroque palette, it was a little bit harder to blend out. So I think this is a primer that I would like to lay a base of a bone shade or like my complexion shade first, especially if I'm working with mattes. So I think this is a little better with shimmers than with mattes. However, the staying power was excellent the entire time. So if you like a sticky base and you're looking for longevity with your eyeshadow primer, I would recommend this. I think it would be fun to use this, like I said, like in combination with another primer, maybe like the Milani all over, but this one on the lid when I'm going to put a shimmer. It also has a little bit of a tint, which I appreciated because my lids are shaded, and so I wish Milani would come out with a tinted one, to be honest. So I think this is excellent. I will use this back and forth, but like I said, it was a little hard to blend out in the crease if I was using a deeper shade. And then finally the lips. So here's the deal. I initially pulled Composer from the Maybelline Super Stay Matte Ink. This wore not well on me. Some parts were deeper on my lips, and what I did with it is I ended up putting it on and then blotting most of it off, and I was left kind of with a stain, and then I really liked it. I ended up pulling Voyager, which is very similar in shade. This one's just a little bit redder, and this one wore better on me. So Composure is like one of those deep shades that just, you know, if you're into deep shades, you know what I'm talking about. It just, you could see it right there. Like sometimes you'll get more pigment and sometimes lighter. But when I did the little trick of blotting most of it off, and let me do that with a tissue so you can see it, then you could be left with this pretty shade. Okay, so that's what I did to end up making that one work. But it was a little rough when I wore that one day full on, and then I looked totally crazy. But Voyager was better. And then I always love Pioneer. It was very funny. One day at work, I had gotten all dressed, whatever. I had this lipstick on. I was wearing a mask, and then one of my periods, I didn't have any students, and I took my mask off, and here it is, this really bright lipstick that was perfect. It didn't rub off. It looked beautiful, but it was like a shock to everyone, including me, because I was like, oh, I forgot I put on this lipstick shade. This one's beautiful. Such a great red, very bright, so be ready for it in the shade Pioneer. I absolutely love it. And then the two bullet lipsticks that I had that I always love is Cream in Your Coffee, which I love from MAC, and Teddy Bear, which is a nice brown from Milani. I really loved both of them, but if I'm totally honest, for next week, I'd like to just basically stick with liquid, either liquid lips or more like lip pencils and a lip balm, because I just, I would put these on in the morning to take like my daily makeup picture, and then I'd wipe them off, and that just seems a little bit silly. And there you go. Those are all the products from this week. Now we need to pick new ones. Okay, I decided for this week I'm going to try to put stuff in a makeup bag. So this is a great one. My sister got me this. At least when I roll my eyes at you, they look good. So I'm going to try to put most things in here. So these were the 4 products that I wanted to keep in this bag. So the Gimme Brow, because I love it. So I'm definitely going to keep that. And then I'd like to keep the Stila Kitten liquid shadow. I didn't get a lot of use out of the Charlotte Tilbury double-ended eye pencil, so I want to use that. And then I'm debating keeping Artemis, but I do know that I want to use this palette. So I just got this. It was actually a return, so it doesn't count yet for my January purchase, but it's the what is this called? The Flawless Eye Filter Luxury Palette, the Hollywood Flawless Filter by Charlotte Tilbury. This is the color shade that I got. So I definitely want to use this. I'm not going to get 5 looks out of this one. I'd have to be super creative for that. But I'm going to use this. And then I do think I'll keep the Artemis palette. And with that, I think that would be, you know, great for my eye look. So let's jump into Complexion. So for my complexion products, I found often that I really wanted to use a glowy primer, and that's it. So that's when I definitely want to pull the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless filter. I have it in the shade 3. I really like this, and I think this will be great for during the week. Other than that, I don't think I really need any other primer. Let me look. No, I don't think so. For foundation, like I said, I didn't really use foundation last week, so I don't know if I want to pull any. I'm not going to pull a regular foundation, but I do want to pull my Bare Minerals foundation. So I have several shades. I like mixing the matte and the original. So This is in the shade Natural Medium, and this is their original, or this is the matte formula. And then I usually mix it with the shade Neutral Medium, and this is that the same color? Wait. Okay, so I'm going to pull these two. One is Neutral Medium in the original, and one is Medium Beige in the matte. And I like to mix them. I think the finish is really nice. So I'm going to use these as my foundation overall in the week, using the primer underneath. Then for powder, I do want to keep using the Charlotte Tilbury powder that I already hit pan on. I think it would be really cool to get a little bit more of a dent in there. And now for eyeliner, I'm sorry, for, what is this called? Concealer. So I want to use my Pretty Fresh concealer. So I have them in two shades. I have to use both. I have light 40N and light 50 warm. So I have to use both in order to get one shade, but I do really like this, and I used this pretty exclusively for a while, so I'm going to use this again, just make sure I love it. I did love last week's, so I'll use that. Okay, so far this is what I got going on. We need some blush in our life, so let's go down here. So this week I'm going to have much more of a warmer, eyeshadow looks, and so I kind of can go for a little bit warmer of a blush. So I have a lot of Charlotte Tilbury. Let's have a little bit of a Charlotte Tilbury week. So I'll use my Charlotte Tilbury bronzer, this enormous one, the Flawless Finish one. And then for blush, I'd like to use the Patrick Ta blush. It's, how do people do this? Okay, sorry. It has the cream blush at the top, and I really do love cream blush. And then this blush that looks like a bronzer, but it doesn't come off as a bronzer. It's very pretty. And then I do like to have some variety in my blush tones. So I think actually, I really like this Honest one. I think I want to do that. Yeah, it's the Honest cream blush, and it's in the color Rose Pink. And it's this shade, and it's just really pretty for every day. So I'm going to pull that too. This week, let's pull a highlighter. What am I in the mood for? I keep reaching for this, so I guess I want to use this. The Fenty highlighter. It's in Kilowatt and Hustler Baby. Oh no, it's Mean Money and Hustler Baby. So I do like that. So we'll use that too. Okay, what else do I need? So before we go on to lips, let's go in this drawer and pull mascara and liner. So let's do the Superhero It Cosmetics. I wonder if this is dried out, so this is a great way to find out. One of my favorite mascaras of all time. I also want to pull They're Real. If that one's clumpy, They're Real will, lengthen my lashes, so I'll pull that as well. And then I'm going back to my Thrive Cosmetics. I need to buy a full size of this. It's almost out, but I'll try to finish this up. This I use for the bottom lashes. For brows, I was saying that I'd like to use a pencil this week. And let's see what pencil that will be. Let's get some use out of this. This is a MAC Cosmetics brow liner, and it is, I guess the shade of this is Lingering. It's very thin, so I'll get some use out of that, see how it works. And then for a black liner, all week I wanted a brown liner, and I think brown will work well with what I got going on. Oh, I forgot I have this liner. That's exciting. Anyway, so let's use, I want to use a Mally brown liner. Well, this is the problem. Did I get rid of all my matte brown liners? I think I did. Yikes. Okay, that's not going to work. I'm going to use this from L'Oreal, the Voluminous Effect. What the heck is this called? I don't know, voluminous smoldering liner in brown. I'm going to pull that one. And then for a black liner, I'll use the matte, the Stay Put Matte from Milani. Now I already have a shade from Kitten, so I don't need that. And I think the last thing is lipstick. So like I said last week, I'm really interested in just kind of doing lip like balms and liners. So let me pull some of my liners. Okay, so here are pretty much all my liners. I know I definitely want to pull this Believe Beauty one. How do I do this? Where'd it go? Actually, this is the Believe Beauty one too. So let me pull two. I'll pull a red one in case I get inspired to, I don't know, look fancy. And then I'm going to pull the Believe Beauty one in Almost Rose. And the red one is in Intense Rouge. That's a fun name. Anyway, so I'll pull these two liners. And then I think I haven't used this Persona lip gloss too much. So this is a Persona lip gloss. Where's the name? There it is. This is in the shade Toffee. And let's pull, I'm really not going to use liquid lipsticks this week. I know it, but let's pull this one. It's the Revlon Ultra. It's the Revlon Ultra HD Lip. This doesn't last like all day, but actually, let me pull this one. This is the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte liquid lipstick. This works pretty well. So let me try this one when I feel like a little bit more of a liquid lip. Okay, and here we go. Here's what the week will consist of. Does anyone think this is going to fit in the bag? Let's try it. Okay, I got it almost to fit. So I can't zip it. And it doesn't have the Artemis palette in it. But anyway, so these are the products that I'll be using this week, and I'll report back in the next Makeup Bag Monday. Hope you enjoyed this video. Please make sure you subscribe and check out my Instagram channel so you can see my daily looks. Have a great day, everybody. Bye.